Now in this explosion, which was the largest explosion in Massachusetts history, it was devastating. This chemical company exploded and devastated a community. Now nobody was killed, and the injuries were not really serious from a personal injury standpoint. And so without deaths and without personal injury, this was not an attractive case for lawyers to take on because, well, what do you got to work with here? You just have a devastated community, because the law is really good at looking at an individual's injury, but it's really bad in looking at the community's injury. So they came to me and they asked me if there's something you could do, because lawyers didn't want to represent them. It was just a very complex case with very little a chance for return, because the law didn't recognize them as a community. And they had a community that was destroyed, a diaspora. They were spread out. We came and I talked to them, and at the end of that, this is what happened. I said, look, if you're going to solve this problem, you're going to have to do it together. You have to exist. You don't exist right now. You've been blown away. You have to come together and form a group. They did. Safe area for everyone. And then I said, if you want to do something, right now you have questions and few answers. Yes, there was this terrible explosion, but how did it occur? Who's responsible for it? Obviously, the chemical company blew up. That shouldn't happen. But who exactly? How did this all, and who are the parties who are responsible? And what is the full extent of the injuries to the community, the property damage? If you are willing to come together as a group, I'm willing to go into court, get a trust set up, and we'll have a trustee, and they selected a trustee, a person, a former principal of their school, highly regarded in the community, and they became the trustee. That person became the trustee of the trust. And I said, you have to agree to become beneficiaries. And the price of admission is you take your rights, your claims, and you put them into the trust, because your claim and your claim and your claim are by themselves are not valued very well by the law. But your claim and your claim and yours, when added together, have much greater value. And every claim, every person who comes into the trust and puts their claim in, that trust has more value. Now, when you form a trust, you'll be making a declaration to the world that you exist. You'll have legal recognition. You will become a corporation of claims, and you'll be able to now engage others. And the trust became, as I say, an electrifying concept. The night that I spoke to them, within 1 week, they had gone up and signed up every person in the neighborhood who was in the impact zone. So there were over 100 property owners and many businesses, and they all became beneficiaries of this trust, and it had garnered great publicity, very positive publicity, in that they were all coming together. This was not lawyers running around in their shirt sleeves signing up clients. These were beneficiaries knocking on the doors of their neighbors and asking, do you want to join together in this trust? And of course, we had made them real. We had legitimized the reality that they had these questions that need to be answered. What happened? Who's responsible? What should be done about it? And we had created the vehicle for there to be done, something to be done about it, but we had not done it in the context of litigation, because all too often we say to ourselves, oh, for our people to exist, to have legitimacy, for us to create reality to them, we have to file a lawsuit. But of course, if we file a lawsuit, we are making a statement that the one part of the community is at war with the other part of the community. And one of the things that I realized through my experience was that what we're really trying to do, if we're going to solve this problem, is to understand the past. And the first casualty of war is the truth. Yet we need the truth to understand what happened. And it is much better to do it in a cooperative fashion, that the transfer of information is much better done when people are willing to share their experiences and their knowledge, and oftentimes those with the knowledge that we need are the very ones who may be responsible for the incident. And when we file a lawsuit, we shut that down. We have to take a position, they have to take a position. By doing the trust, we are making a statement that we exist and there's a problem, but we can sit down and we can talk about it. And we did. And that process engendered a relationship of trust and confidence that is going to lead to a resolution with the chemical companies and their insurers, and I think eventually will lead to a resolution with the chemical suppliers as well. At least we have the hope that that'll be done.